what's up? This is Monarchy, and today I want to train you guys. By training is that once, let's say, Crimson Realm, right? From Crimson Realm to future content, you guys be able to tweak your playstyle or improve them just by doing certain methods. Like example, unlocking and locking fighting stance. So, like, you have to take advantage of your classes depending what class you are using, due to if it's far range, mid range, or close range. You have to take advantage of every mechanic as possible due to hunter class. There are certain class that it's mid range and close combat, as well as like wire. Wire, it has a great AoE, but it's mid to close quarter. Same goes as for fighter. Depending what weapon you use, it's mid or close range most of the time. Due to, I believe, dagger, you can maybe tweak it enough that your playstyle would be mid and maybe once in a while far range, depending on the skill tree. So ranger, gunner, forcer, techer, braver, it's still mid, but due to one skill tree, it can go far range due to its traveling to get to point A to point B and to point C. That range variety, it's amazing, but still, braver is AoE most of the time due to the skill tree that has bouncer. Same difference. Close range, mid range, far range due to the skill tree combo, what you're interested in, because the jet boots can go far range due to the auto attack, and soaring blade has that same ability, but it's work best as mid range and close range. Far range, it's tricky, but if you're skilled enough, you can. Same goes with braver. Due to, I forgot, the bow. Bow is far range. If you have that combo with katana and bow, then, or bow users mixing with different type of subclass, you're perfect. You're mid and far range and close range, depending what variety of class that you choose. So Waker, it's also far range, mid range, can do close quarter, but works best like Tekker Enforcer, far range. But like Tekker, for an example, it has AoE broad damage due to elemental attacks. It could be far range, mid range, close range due to the hammer, kind of like Thor. You're swinging hammer like crazy, and the dodging mechanic, the counter, it's really good. And And once you slam, that AoE hits and do broad hammer has close range ability most of the time. And the AoE, it's really good. The far range is the elemental attack. So depending on what is your subclass or your main class, it could be Techer Enforcer or Techer and Bouncer, Techer with pretty much anything. So with that in mind, you have a variety depending on what is your main, what is your sub. And before I keep going on in that train set of mine, Slayer. Slayer is close range at best, AoE mid range. I'm not saying like mid like it's good and it's okay. No. Mid range, when I say mid, and the broad AoE attacks. And it can hit a far range damage due to charging attacks. If you charge your gun lance and then you unleash the blast attack, it just shoots like ranger or gunner like the assault rifle. Same difference. It's really good. The state of the game, I don't see no class is superior than the other. Like I stated before, the only difference that Slayer is superior than all of them, crits, because this is a crit class. And Braver, it's, you know, the support, not support, the beta run for Slayer. Because if you think of it, the attacks are very similar to the Slayer. But Slayer, it's a unique, aggressive, and it has that agility and the momentum. If you use Slayer and Braver, it's pretty good. Don't matter if you're using katana or bow. So anything with Slayer makes it a best unit. Other than that, Braver, anything from this category, same difference. Now, since they improving each weapon series, or should I say weapon classes, there's no difference. The only thing is what you want to do. Each and every class has strength and weaknesses. No class is superior than the other because we don't have PvP. If we had PvP, I could say this or that, and whatever one I'm just, putting out there for an example, will be superior than other classes. Because I won't be able to say Slayer. Slayer would be like a mid class if there was PvP. Because Slayer is mid class due to its crit, yes. Depending what you try to benefit. What you trying to benefit of any class you want to have main, as well as subclass. That's why it's mid, due to because Slayer would benefit any class to give crit. That's about it. But each class has different scenarios and can take advantage of Slayer due to, if we're speaking PvP. In PvP standpoint, each and every class, that performs and excels differently, but does the work better. But it can go both ways, depending on your skill level. Because Slayer is skilled level, but it also, you don't need to think much. Just you need to think about timing. The counter is one of the best of any class. And also Ranger, Gunner, and Techer and Bouncer. Excuse me. I'm just getting something for my stupid cough. What was I? Okay. Waker, Bouncer, Techer, Forcer, Gunner has one of the unique, and Ranger too has the unique counters. And Fighter, yeah, I could say Fighter too, due to they have pretty good counters. So as for Hunter, it's a diversity question, due to each and every one is slightly different counters, due to the sword is just blocking, Braver, Katana, blocking. Although the bow is slightly similar to Gunner, the twin machine gun, it's slightly similar to that, and also Bouncer jet boots. But other than that, the rest is like mid or just plain weak of the counter block, I should say. You cannot compare them to PvP standpoint of view, because due to you're fighting with someone else, and one of the weapons that you use is going to be better than the other. Like I said before, each and every class has weaknesses and strength, but you could challenge the weaknesses and strength due to your skill level. But if you lack of skill level, it don't matter what class you choose, you're gonna be weak against to like rock paper scissors. That's thought process. So let's say Hunter's gonna be weakness against Forcer or Techer, and Techer and Forcer gonna be weakness to Ranger, Gunner, depending on the skill level. Because like I said, rock paper scissors, because this is pretty much like the basic class, due to Braver, Bouncer, Waker, Slayer, it just cut off the rock paper scissors in that point. But then again, it depends how you know your class and how you cover your weaknesses, and how you value and how you see your strength. Because I'm a Slayer. Well, at the beginning, I was Gunner, Forcer, and then I trade off Gunner, Ranger, and I'm working on my Ranger class. But then I traded off to Slayer, Gunner. So I'm tweaking my playstyle, but also I need to learn my different playstyle to connect what is my challenges and my goals, and also what's my strength. I have to learn about my strength. I need to learn about my weaknesses. I need to cover my weaknesses with my strengths, but also use my weaknesses as my strength. So that's what I did. As I was Forcer Gunner, the good thing about Forcer Gunner, it allows me to go mid-range, close range, far range. But I also wanted to do as a support class. I wanted to support everyone. So with Forcer will allow me to cover my allies if they need help. But I'm like, I need to tweak it up a bit and have a little bit more power. That's where Ranger comes along, and how I could do AoE attacks due to rifle. And if I want to play around with launcher, that just covers it all. And how I could manipulate certain things. But I still wanted a little bit more power so I could be tanky and focus on my HP and my defense. So on that point, what would help me to be more tanky and give that extra oomph? Slayer came around. Slayer was a crit class, so I'm like, oh, this is gonna help me a lot. So I could be little glass cannon, but also have more HP and more defense. But with the crit, Slayer gives me more attacks and more bonus attacks, as I use twin machine gun. That amps up what I want to do regardless, and they were both range classes, so that benefit me so much. So now I could focus how I can improve certain style, my own style of play, because I'm not gonna focus on attacks. If I do, I'm focusing on not the main attack, my special attacks, and then my super attacks. But the only issue so far that I need to work on is PP, my stamina. And that is all. If I focus on health, stamina, and my defense, and I let my attack just do whatever it wants to do, if it increases little by little or increases a whole damn a lot, I would be okay with armors or without armors. So now I just need to find the whipped cream and cherry on top. That is my armors. As of now, armors I don't really care much as of yet, due to one, armor's too damn expensive, and oh, before I keep going on, I have to show you. Armor's too damn expensive to invest. Also weapons. So it doesn't benefit me to get another armor or weapons and increase its level. I just play the slow and steady game. Take my time and slowly increase. But what's the point of increasing my weapon level and putting augments, which in this case doesn't really benefit me, only does what it wants you to do. Battle power. That is it. There is no purpose. Like, for another example, I played different variety of games, not just MMO. I play shooters, I play sandbox, you name it, I pretty much almost play it all. And going back to Monster Hunter, Borderlands, Destiny, Division, Call of Duty, so on and so forth, and just plain old offline games that involve that you have to prep your character and your character's equipment. So with gears, armors, etc. In those games are far more easier, but it's to the point. On, like, if you have a new weapon, let's say I'm gonna pick on the game. It's an offline game, and it's pretty much storyline based, and it's called Dark Cloud. I don't know if you guys heard about it. It's a very old game from PlayStation 2 era. So it's very cute animated character that it's dungeon based. You start from your first area and you progress to get further and further towards the storyline, kind of like Final Fantasy VII. If it's from PlayStation 1 era up to the remake on PlayStation 4, you have to enhance your weapons, and you have to equip your character Cloud, right, to perform his best. In which case, going back to Dark Cloud, that each character has a unique fighting styles, and you have to level up your weapon due to fighting monsters. And monsters has a drop materials, like let's not talk about prim swords, but let's go to my material storage. No, shut up. Yeah, let's say these materials, or what is it? Let's say augments. Let's say your materials, right? Due to the materials standpoint of things, you can implement the materials to build up and upgrade your weapon. in Dark Cloud, you could have a common or non-common weapon, and each time that you implement certain elemental gems or upgrades that could be like prim swords to increase, like Genshin Impact, to enhance your weapon, that it slightly changes the weapon's looks. Okay, so let's say, damn it, let's say the coat weapon, right? These two slightly similar shape, but just think of this process. Your base weapon, you can increase its level or change it, enhancing it, and depending on what you enhance or how you enhance it, it changes the weapon's look. But you have to max out the weapon's level. So let's say this is rarity graded 1, 2, or 3. You could increase it to 4 or 5 or 6, but it has a tree. So the weapon's tree, depending what you're chasing and what you're looking for, it will change dramatically or slightly, just with the little, touch here and there, and with the different color. And that's how it goes. And if you increasing level again, then it will take another shape, another design. That's what I was hoping long ago when I played this game. But in this case, they just do series, very little weapon, and yada yada yada, and armor, same bullshit. You cannot increase the weapon's level. The only time how you could increase the level of weapon or armor, it's just by enhancement. Enhancement, it takes the fun out of increasing a weapon, because let's say, for the sake of the argument, you could increase it, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. You could choose 5 and increase. But look, you're not increasing a freaking level, not even to level 61. It's going by very tad bit, and then it takes a while for you could increase to level 1. So in that aspect of things, it takes the fun out of the mechanic of enhancing a weapon. So let's say I'm putting Primsor. Yeah, it gives you a little bit as further you increase the level cap, the slower it goes, because you could only do so much by 5, and you still not be able to go to 61. As Genshin Impact, you're enhancing a weapon that you like to, let's say, a great example. I'm using the same weapon. If I like this weapon, right? Like in Genshin Impact, you have uncommon, common, your rarity, your legendary, and exotic weapon due to the color variants. Let's say this is the exotic, the weapon, gold weapon that I like, and it has the potential or ability, right? In this case, this one increases XP, enhance let's say 1k or 1 mil. It increases your XP by, if you level it to fix a 6, fix a 5, excuse me, you're done enhancing, or what's it called? Limit breaking. Yeah, limit breaking. And Genshin Impact is something else. But I'll say it's similar to that. No. Kind of like potential. You're breaking to the next step to 1, 2, 3, and up to 6. Genshin is 5. Let's say this, let's see, 20% chance to, just for the sake of argument, this could increase your XP by a lot. I would have a weapon, just that alone, just to increase XP, and I could hand it over to my other character if I have the same character account, or give it to someone else that wants to increase their XP fast as they can. This would help for new players. If we have that type of weapon, here's a weapon that increases your XP by a margin, a whole lot. But you have to waste Maceta, which I disagree. You should just exchange materials to increase enhancement, limit break, adding augments. If the role, let's say this for example, say I want this one, I just put 1, it's only 10%, so your luck of the draw. But if you put 2 more, 20%, 3 more, 10%, 40, and you know, the list goes on, yada yada. 10 max, 100%, and you get it without the increasing the luck count of either you get it or not. Just put 10. That would be more straightforward doing something like this, and it just count for your material. That is all. There's no tricks, no ands or but, and it's saying you had to pay a fee. You're like wasting money. That's why it's expensive. I just use event weapons because there is no point, or if they're giving a weapon for free, there's no point for me, my point of view. And what I think, you guys might think something else. You guys rather maybe work it on your level and augments and so on to make it perfect, or as best as you can. To me, I just get event weapons or anything they're giving out for free that is maxed out. I'm good with that. I'm not throwing a bitch fit, because from the beginning of the game and now, you have to change your freaking weapons, armor sets, and you have to upgrade each and every individual one. You're just wasting materials that you shouldn't be wasting, my point of view. Because let's say at the beginning of the state of the game, I'm increasing, let's say this works for my character 21, right? That point doesn't do much, and then it's doing good, and then I have to use this weapon. You only have that level cap, and then another weapon, right? Same shit. See how many weapons you have to level up and increase and put augments and all that yada yada.
This is an emergency transmission.
It's
Data points to the imminent
not necessary, but in the same time,
an interception operation
it's
involving the central cannon
necessary to do it, but depending on your play style and what is your goal. So if your goal is to catch up with everyone else and follow so-called meta, and then do what they tell you. For me, in this case, I'd rather be the turtle than the hare. So
This is an emergency transmission.
I'm letting.
Aren't they currently in the planning stages?
Shut up.
Please prepare to deploy.
Shut up. Okay. I'm letting anyone to just do their thing. I'm letting everyone go past me, as I'm like right behind them. Not too far, but not too close. So I'm just chilling, waiting for each event, and slowly play the main mission. So I'm doing the smarter play. So if I'm not messing with the side quests, due to at the end of the day, I'm gonna get certain materials that is gonna benefit me later on, as well XP. This XP may not do me much, but it has Alliance badge. This one, same difference, Alliance badge. But see, the XP increases. This one gives me little meseta, but a huge margin amount of XP. So I'm keeping that, saving that. I try my best not to go to the gorge. I used to have another one, but I accidentally probably messed up and used it. So doing my best not to activate this one. So as the level cap increases, this will benefit me. Free meseta. So I'm playing as the smart route and going to